I'm not paid off.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh.
I was seeing what was called in the
Waiting on.
message.
Okay. So who in here has more leads than they can work? Come on now. Who in here's got more leads than they can work? Who in here would like to have more leads?
Oh,
Okay. Everybody get out your phone. Your first activity today is going to be, you're going to text 10 people. And here's what you're going to say. Yeah. You're going to say, what are your real estate plans for 2026? I don't care who you text. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your brother. I don't care if it's your kid. You need to text 10 people, because the first person that gets a response that can set an appointment, they're going to get something very exciting.
A response story.
Do what?
I said, I have somebody starting.
Good.
The response. I don't know if I'm gonna put it.
We'll find something for you.
Hey, I'm just. Oh, we get Susanna. She
Cheated.
It wasn't a cheat. I was like hitting an agent. And her answer was, I'm prepping it now for sale in 10 years. Please clarify.
What are your plans regarding real estate in 2026? Oh, is that a hot air balloon guy?
Yeah, what are your plans for real estate?
That a response?
He's awesome for ADD. Are we close?
Almost getting there. We just got a bit more tests just to get it going.
You don't need to put my ID.
All right, while y'all wrap that up, when's the last time you sat for 2 or 3 minutes and texted 10 people to ask them their real estate plans for 2026 to generate leads? You can do it when you're sitting in the drive-thru. You can do it when you're sitting in carpool. You can do it when you're sitting in traffic, sitting in the doctor's office, getting your hair done. If we use the time that we have, that we feel so busy actually being productive, we would have much more success.
I got a response, but it's nothing, like, her response was nothing yet, sad face, but I know she's planning for next year when her lease is up. But at the same time, I'm trying to get her to talk to, pre-qualify and all that
Mhm.
stuff, so.
Great, excited to stay connected and
Yep.
let me know when you're ready and all the good stuff.
I got a response that would be a good teaching moment.
Okay.
This is from one of my very good friends. I hope to buy some land. We're on a search with our realtor. That's not me. That comes available in North Hall, but we're coming up short. We've been on the search for over a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, oh, well, that's a good teaching moment.
Uh-huh. Does she know you're in real estate?
She does, absolutely.
Okay. Sounds like you might need someone better suited to help support you in your finding.
Yeah.
Mhm. How would y'all respond to that?
I'd have to take a breath for a minute.
Breathe.
Just delete contact.
Right.
Yeah. Delete.
Duh.
I
Yeah.
thought you were my friends.
Mhm. Yeah.
Haven't I? No, just kidding.
Yeah. So how would we
I
respond to
would
that?
come from curiosity, like,
Mm-hmm.
that sounds exciting, like, tell me more about this plan, or, exciting, like, obviously you've got a plan for land, so maybe that would be a way to.
Mm-hmm. Are y'all looking to build? Do you have a builder?
She said the plan is to live in our house while we build, and then we will rent our house out once we move into it.
Okay.
Been a long time since we've talked. Let's go get a coffee.
Oh, I talked to her this morning.
He has like fire
Yeah,
shooting
I
out of his
know.
eyes right
It's
now.
friends that use other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it sucks. Sorry.
It does.
Hold on a
No, it
second.
does.
Hold on.
Yes,
Let me just help you. Just like, don't let it suck. You've been doing this for 4 minutes. And so, because I went through the same thing. So what happens is the people that you've known for 20 years see you as the nurse.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've got to build that trust and build that time in business. And when you do that, now they already know, like, and trust you. Now they've got to know, like, and trust that you understand this business enough to trust you with their biggest asset. So it's for the initial piece of it. Yes, it sucks and it makes you want to punch people in the face, but just stay with it. Stay in front of them so that when the time is right and they realize that this person that they've hired still isn't helping them, and at least they know they like you and they can hang out with you and you can help them the same way this other person isn't, then that will put you in the right position. Don't get down on yourself about it, because you got to think about it from their perspective.
If you were sick for over a year and your doctor wasn't helping you, would you try another doctor?
Yeah. That's a good point.
There's a script.
Good point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great job. Great feedback.
I'm getting traction over here, y'all.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Hold on tight.
So, next question is, are you speaking with the people that are most likely to buy or sell now? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to the right people? Do you know who your right people are? Yes. Right. Confidently, you should know who your right people are, because if you're not talking to the right people, you're wasting a lot of time without getting any traction. Do you guys know, I think we talked about it before, the average age for now the first time home buyer?
40 something,
46?
46, yeah.
46 for the first time home buyer because of affordability. It has never been at a higher percentage that they are having to get parental support, gifting for down payment, because especially if they have a family, because childcare is so expensive. How are you targeting people that are in that age bracket that are first time home buyers? That is a two-way question. How are you targeting people that are in that age bracket that are two-way, that are first-time home buyers?
I think with you saying the affordability and all that kind of stuff, like my buyer that I'm hoping to be under contract in a little bit with, that Renee's helping, he's doing the Georgia Dream.
Yep.
So like to give them, if they are thinking, oh, I can't afford it, I can't get the down payment. Not everybody has a parent to give them a down payment.
That's right.
Help them or gift it. And maybe just kind of just tell them what kind of products are out there.
So
I mean, I'm not
who's
doing that,
hosting
but I
first time
should.
home buyer seminars, teaching on the Georgia
Yeah.
Dream? Who's teaching on how to do rate buy down, so the affordability with the payment? Who's teaching those classes?
Right.
That's an event you could do.
Well, and add on to that with Lisa, the previous person that was working with that buyer, that the lender was not catering to his client. So that buyer felt neglected, like he wasn't getting the attention that he needed versus someone that was buying like a $700,000 house because he was buying a lower end.
Mhm.
So honestly, with your lead, put yourself in their shoes, whatever level they are, and just kind of give them positive feedback.
Yep.
That's what everybody wants.
Yep. All right, so this is from NAR. Is this shocking to anybody? Gen Zers, buyers and sellers, because they can't afford it.
The top line is buyers and the bottom sellers?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, top is
Tell-
buyers. Yeah, at the top, the lighter one is buyers, bottom is sellers.
Yeah.
I know, why they gotta differentiate, right? Rude. Yeah, that age, 35 to 44. But as you can see, this is the sweet spot. So when you're talking about doing client events, when you're talking about, hosting a class or you're door knocking, if you're a door knocker, where are you door knocking? Are you door knocking to the appropriate age group that has the ability to make a change? And these little people down here are so sweet. But yeah, this is so sweet. The older boomers, younger boomers. But this is the sweet spot. And this isn't because it feels this way. This is national data. These are factuals. These are facts that if you are not targeting this demographic of people in these age brackets, you're missing the wave. You're missing the ride. Anybody have any thoughts on that?
That's why all of the, the complexes for, the word I'm thinking of right now, the retirees, like 55 plus communities.
Yes.
They can't build them fast enough.
They cannot build them fast enough. And the homes sell like crazy. And the pricing of those homes is going up astronomically.
Yeah.
Like those homes are like 1,800 square feet and they're $700,000. I'm like, holy cow.
Like a year out.
Yeah. Yeah. The wait lists are crazy. Yep. Yeah. So make sure, just know who you're targeting because it matters. The data shows that. Sales department makes sales. Here's your 3 questions. Number 1, do you like sales? Do you like sales? If you don't like sales, we need to have an outside conversation. Do you like sales? Number 2, do you love where you live? Raise your hand if you love where you live. All right, I'm gonna call on those that y'all that raise your hand. Why don't you love where you live? Yeah, y'all didn't raise your hand. Do y'all love where you live? If you don't love where you live, how in the world are you supposed to sell where you live?
I got a point, by the way. Beautiful.
All right, see me after class. I got a little treat for you.
Beautiful.
If you don't love where you live, how are you supposed to sell where you live? You can't. You cannot get out of your own way with attitude and personality and your mindset about how you feel about where you live. For example, if you live in Chicago and you complain all the time because it's cold and windy, y'all, how are you going to sell Chicago? You can't. Like, it is just humanly not possible. If you don't love what you're doing or love where you live, how are you supposed to sell it to somebody else? And if you don't love where you live, move. Just move. If you want to have a higher average sales price, per transaction, we'll sell higher price homes. Like, it's simple math. Simple math. Last question. Do you like real estate? Not going to look in pretty houses. Do you actually like real estate? Do you like the numbers? Do you like the challenge? Do you like to negotiate? Do you like helping serve families in the biggest purchase of their life? Do you actually like real estate? Because if you don't, you might be in the wrong career. I'm just being honest. Because if you don't like sales and you don't like where you live and you don't like real estate, what are we doing? And I say all that because I want everyone in this office, so does the team, to find success in real estate. We have a huge gap of agents that are crushing it, busier than they've ever been, and some that couldn't find a lead if they rubbed two nickels together. It is mind blowing to me. Oh, the air kick on? Yeah, it's a sign, right? So what do you guys think in leadership? Would I rather find somebody to teach them real estate or sales? Real estate or sales? Which one do you think I would rather teach?
Real estate.
Tell me why.
You're good at sales. You sell anything.
That's right.
You just need to learn business.
That's right. Sales is a skill set. Real estate is the subject matter. You can sell anything, but if you don't know anything about it, you're not going to find success. Period. And who doesn't like Michael Scott? This is the fun one. Why salespeople fail? Activity too low. Who feels like they do so much activity with no results? Safe space. Who feels like they do too much activity with no results? Sometimes. Okay. Is the activity dizzy activity or is it productive activity? That's what you can ask. Yeah, busy. It's going to probably be busy. So activity too low. No follow-up system. Everything requires a system. If you don't have a system, then you are just throwing spaghetti. I know, right? I'm like,
We didn't go through the same thing.
no follow-up system. And this is all part of Justin's systems classes. If you don't have a system in place for whatever activity you're doing, then you are just living in chaos and hoping, in Keith's example, that somebody's going to magically call you one day and want to do business with you. That is not building a business. That is not being a professional salesperson. Avoid conflict. Who in here likes conflict? There we go. Okay, you like a challenge.
Find that afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
Day job, I'm cussing people out.
But salespeople, yeah. Salespeople fail because they don't like conflict. Every time you pick up the phone, I promise you, you're solving a problem. Every time. Somebody's asking you something, they need something, they can't find something, they don't know who to call something. Every time you answer the phone in this profession, you are solving a problem. Value proposition. What's your 30-second elevator speech? Who wants to share theirs? Do you have one? If you met somebody in the elevator and they saw your name tag and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for an amazing agent. Tell me about yourself. What would you say? Why would they choose you? Why should they choose you? Y'all better know, just like that. Because if you don't believe it, you're not going to convince somebody else to believe it. You got to know who you are and what value you bring. They don't close. Ask for the close. Well, just call me when you think you're ready. No, I'm going to call you every month for the next 2,000 years until you tell me to go pound sand. Close. Not developing skills. Give your neighbor a high five right now. Everybody give your neighbor a high five. Because you are in a room making the effort to build a business, understand how to get leads, and find success. Congratulations. Low energy, lack of energy. Or lack of urgency, sorry. I don't think I qualify in that one. However, there are people that have low energy that are about as enthusiastic as a blade of grass. And how are you going to sell yourself and your value when you're laying home? And you are like, seriously, would you want to do business with that person? Then don't be that person.
Mike, though.
There's somebody for everybody.
There is.
I'm going to go with the percentage is going to be higher with high energy versus low energy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
But like high energy people can scare off low energy.
But you are going to attract how you behave, right? So think about how you behave. You're gonna attract how you behave, what your energy level is.
Well, and is low energy, lack of urgency due to the fact that they don't have the knowledge to get them excited about what's possible.
Right. Well, and it's sometimes if they know what's possible, that might be their personality. And like you said, there's somebody for everybody. And the percentage of that pool is a lot smaller. Because I want to be around people that are fun, have high energy, and have amazing mindsets. And the cup is half full. And even though things feel chaotic, there are still people out there finding success every single day. That's who I want to be around. And that's who you guys should want to be around. What are you guys doing to get more energy? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I want to make my super fun phone calls first in the morning. I want to call all the people. So, like, as you guys know, I make phone calls. Okay, when I do recruiting, I want to call our lost agent report or agents that I already have a relationship with first, because that fills my bucket. I don't want to have the oxygen sucked out of my life in the first hour of the morning, and then I got to have energy the rest of the day to try to talk to people and help people. Do the fun stuff first. Fill your bucket. That will get you riding through the rest of the day a lot easier and a lot faster. What do you guys do for energy?
Confident. Good faith.
Yep. Okay. What else? Go for a walk in the morning. Get a little bit of sunshine. Have a cup of coffee. It can be anything. Music. Jam out to some, Led Zeppelin or Leonard Skinner on the way to work. I mean, whatever your thing is, do that thing. Seriously. You guys need to remember that every time you talk to somebody, you are auditioning for a referral. Not just for their business, but you are auditioning for referrals. The referrals. Remember that. How many people does somebody know that you talk to in the next 18 months are going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Know the number? At least 2. Every person in your phone that's a healthy contact, they're going to know someone who's looking to buy, sell, or invest, or make some sort of real estate conversation that you can put in your pipeline in the next 18 months. Are you asking them that? Even though they're not looking to buy or sell, your friend that Erin that you got a response from, because she's in a rental, but if she's in a rental, she probably knows other people that are in rentals. So she in an apartment complex?
No, but.
Yeah. But just, you kind of tend to lean and hang out with people that are in your similar situation. Connect with those people. Ask her, say, hey, man, how many people in your area do you know that are renting? Would love to host a class.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I have an appointment as well.
Today? Nice. Come see me after class. Is it hot in here? Do y'all want to get hot? Yeah. Will you open that door and turn those fans on for me? Is there anything up here that you guys feel like we left off?
Leverage.
Why salespeople fail is they don't invest in leverage quick enough. They wait till it's too late and they're drowning because they don't want to spend the money. Or they don't want to let loose of things they like to control. Guilty! Y'all don't count bad points to anybody. Thea,
Thank goodness.
Thea has been a high producer for many, many years and finally caved in and got leverage. And you've had more business than you've ever had in your life because you have more time to focus on the things that are what can bring you income and let people that are good at other things, as good or better than you, let them do that because that's what their skill is. Don't be afraid to ask for leverage. Doing nothing is very hard. You never know when you're finished. Read it again. Doing nothing is very hard. You never know when you're finished. How do you ever complete a task if you don't do anything? All our check boxes. We all like a little check box. I do. We all like a check box. What are you checking off if you don't do anything? If you're not making contacts, you're not door knocking, you're not hosting open houses. If you're doing nothing, how are you checking off anything to build your business? 5 things top producers do that others don't. Y'all hear this a lot. Set clear goals. Who all did their business planning for 2026? If you haven't done your business planning, did you at least write down your goals? Do you know how much money you want to make this year? How many homes you want to sell? What your price point to be? Who's your target audience? How can you do anything else if you don't have that? You're throwing spaghetti. Why are we throwing spaghetti? We provide all the tools. Kim's going, I don't know. We provide all the tools and systems and models that it's just a fill in the blank. It's super easy. Just do it. If you need help, help somebody. We're glad to help you. They have to be defined and quantified. It's like, well, I think I want to sell 10 houses. Well, 10 houses at $250,000 or 200 or 20 houses at 20 million. How hard do you want to work? You have to understand what your goals are in order to find success that's going to meet your family's needs and your income that's going to be required to you for you to live the life that you want, or just to pay your bills. Let's just talk about let's keep the water on, keep the power on. People don't earn money they don't know how to spend. Say it again. People don't earn money they don't already know how to spend. I promise you, the more you earn, the more you're going to spend, right? It's human nature. That's what gets people in trouble. Business planning is part of keeping you out of trouble. Follow a time block schedule. Who's got a time block schedule? Anybody? Good job.
Do
I know
I
you
follow
do.
it? Not all the time.
Mhm.
Okay, I have a time block, but do I follow it?
Maybe it's a 60% follower on a day.
Yeah,
You're way ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Having it on the calendar is part of the challenge.
Yeah.
If you're not time blocking, how do you know what to do all day? What's your 20%? What's going to move the needle forward? You have to time block those things.
well, make sure you put like stuff like for you on that.
That's right.
That was a big thing for me.
Yep, personal and professional. This is not just about business. This is about finding success personally. Because if you're hugely, wildly successful professionally, but you're exhausted and drink all the time and can't sleep and take medication, there's a whole list of all the things. Well, that's not success. Not spending time with your kids, not spending time with your family, on the road all the time, missing PTA meetings. Like, that's not success. This is both personal and professional. It is not healthy to be available all the time. We talk about boundaries. Do you have boundaries set up on your voicemail? Do you tell people in your voicemail, okay, we're going to talk this really quick. No, I'm kidding, not. We do birthday calls every morning. If you've had a birthday, you know that we call you and sing you happy birthday. Like 8 out of 10 times we have to leave a voicemail, the voicemail is not set up. Or it's full. Y'all. It happened yesterday.
Wait a minute, hold on. My birthday was just March 23rd. Oh,
Well, we'll get on that.
this was all.
You're missing my call. Yeah. Is your voicemail full?
I need y'all to do it first.
Hey,
I like it. Let's speak it
All right, we'll say before we get done. Yes, when we get done. But
You
seriously, I want you guys to all pull out your phone, and I want you to listen to your own voicemail. Does it tell people who you are? Does it tell people what you do? Get out your phone. I'm not kidding y'all. I'll get out your phone. Does it tell people what you do, who you are, and what your boundaries are? You're available till 8 p.m. If you get a call after 8 p.m., you return it the next day. What does your voicemail say? Yeah, listen to your great.
Here, I'll just call my phone.
Here you go.
It's weird. I have heard that my phone will sometimes have no voicemail, like, but then I have it set up, so my phone's makes tricks on me.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
I don't know how to.
Does your voicemail tell people who you are? A, is it you? Is it not the robot?
Yeah.
D, what you do for a living, and what your boundaries are, what your office hours are. Teach people how to treat you. Teach people who you are. Show people you're a professional.
They won't let me even call my own.
Yeah. Oh, if you got a voicemail, you should be able to listen to a greeting.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I can call you if you want me.
Well, this is just an exercise, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll move on, but y'all, seriously, like clean out your voicemail and let people know who they're calling. 2 calls I made yesterday. No voicemail wasn't set up or it was full. What if I was a lead? What if I had driven by a sign? What if I was ready to spend $2 million and you lost it because of your phone?
I ran into a problem this weekend with a realtor with a listing not picking up their phone.
Yeah,
And they
I
still
did
have not
too.
called me back. They,
Yeah.
I requested a showing through showing time for Sunday.
Okay.
It said they like denied my showing, but didn't provide a reason. And then I called, I called again, I left voicemails, crickets. I had somebody that was really interested and they probably would have put in an offer on that property. They never got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't say under contract or anything, and they gave me no reason, and it's just cricket.
Yeah.
And still have not gotten.
So you see how frustrating Katie is having that conversation? Don't be that agent.
Like, it makes me want to figure out how to get in touch with a homeowner and be like, you're
Literally
eating.
that.
Yeah, I know, right?
I have had that same situation in Sugar Hill,
Yeah.
and to this day, they've not gotten back. I want to like tell them, like, you need someone who's attentive. Multiple player.
Yeah. Do better. Do better. Y'all do better. Seriously. Yeah. So voicemail, that's part of your homework. It's not set up.
Stop that with Tim's what expires in these 4 minutes.
There you go.
Don't cross the line.
Time block that.
Exactly. All right, number 3, lead generate on a consistent basis. Who lead generates on a consistent basis? I'm going to go on a limb here and not say a word because only 2 people raise their hand to even time block. So if you don't time block, how are you doing something consistently that's not on your calendar? With a big heart. Quality is subjective. Quantity is not. Quality is subjective. Quantity is not. Build a database and communicate with it weekly. Are you guys communicating with your database weekly? Yes, no, maybe. I know he's fine. Don't want me looking at him. Are you communicating with it weekly? Whether it's a text, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a phone call, whether it's a handwritten note, whether it can be anything, right? An automated smart plan, wink, wink. Justin can help you with that. Does anybody here do the 10x4? Does anybody know what the 10x4 is? Okay, you want to know what the 10x4 is?
I do.
Get your pens out. Say what the 10x4 is. 10x4 is 10 new contacts. 10 people in your database. 10 handwritten notes. And previewing 10 properties. Whether it's resales, whether it's new construction, knowing what's for sale in your community. That's a 10x4.
That's per week.
That's per day, my friend.
Oh, per day. Okay.
How long does it take to call 10 people? How long does it take to call 10 people that already know you? Maybe an hour or more, depending on if they answer, depends on who it is. Right? We'll go on a limb and say 2 hours. 2 hours. How long does it take you to write 10 handwritten notes?
Reaching ADD 2 hours.
Yeah, 10 handwritten notes. Previewing 10 properties.
What's
You go to
that
new-
mean? Like driving to them all?
Or online. Just knowing what's for sale in your community. If it's a new construction, go make friends with an agent on duty. They will be your biggest ally when you go and bring clients in there and want to negotiate and understand what they have for sale.
And like, they don't have much to do on a weekday,
No,
so
they
they're
don't.
really thrilled to see you.
Yes, they are. They'll
I
probably
spent
give you
literally
snacks
2
and
hours
golf
with them on
and-
Friday. They had nothing going on.
Yeah. So that might be if we do online and go visit one community, that's maybe 4, we're going to go 5 hours a day. 5 hours a day. If you start your day at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, you can be done after lunch and have the whole afternoon and do whatever you want. Why can't we do that? If this is your only job, if I had to work 5 hours a day, y'all, hello, I'll take that all day, every day. 5 hours a day. Last one, accountability around 1 through 4. Who's your accountability buddy? Do you have one? If you don't, I suggest you find one. Somebody that you know, like, and trust, and that they like and know and trust you, because you need to be in a safe space to have hard conversations. Get out of your own way. Just keeping it real.
I just got a buyer.
See me after class. Awesome. And that took what, 3 minutes of sending 10 texts? Right now, I sit around pretending that I'm busy. Being busy and being productive. This is the difference. 3 ways to generate a lead today. People you already know. Hello. Text message. Allied resource referrals. Our vendor partners. We have amazing ones that are in the room. How many of you all had conversations with them outside of this room or outside of an event to build a relationship? Past clients. These are super easy conversations, right? They're already bucket fills. You already know these people. Why are we not talking to them? Events, open houses, seminars, community events with a booth. OP events. Who knows what OP stands for? Other people. Other people's events. The wine festivals, the beer festivals, anything going on in the community that you can invite people to because you're going to be there, that is a client event. It costs you nothing but a little bit of social media. Utilize other people's events in your community because you love your community, because we all love where we live, right? Leverage that at no expense to you, but a little bit of time, and market that to invite people to stuff that you're going to be at. Last, buy leads. Work someone else's leads for a referral fee. You guys know, if you've had any conversation with me, buy leads is not an option. It is an option for you all. I don't believe it being an option. To me, it's a lot of work for 50% less pay because you're sharing that with somebody else, and that is not your lead. It belongs to the people who gave it to you. Fun fact. Do you guys know any agents that are looking to retire or that are slowing down? Called the golden handoff. Maybe they would give you all the new leads coming in for a referral fee. Build relationships with agents in the area that if you hear those conversations, you can do that. Yes.
Would be a suggestion if you do find somebody, what would be a referral fee for something at that level?
It's whatever you negotiate.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. It's like 25% kind of is, kind of what people do, but it's whatever you guys negotiate. Does any of this feel hard? Right? Seminars. This is the first time home buyer seminar. Leverage that with a vendor. Leverage that with Southeast Mortgage. Put it on a new home seminar. Talk about the Georgia Dream. Community events with a booth. I can tell you that Teresa Smith, when living on Lake Lanier, they do a lot of stuff at the lake. They set up a tent. They've got a table out there. They are kissing babies and shaking hands and doing all the things. Hello, they're pretty successful. And they're hanging out at the lake all day. That's not a bad gig.
Well, I sold last year a single mom with teenage daughters who's a veteran, and she closed on her house and brought $197.52 to the table. Okay, so I would, especially if I had a military background or something like that, maybe that would be a niche to be able to talk to them, like, how can we get you in a home, for $197 at the closing table, right? Yeah,
100%, 100%. This is how you get a lead today. 3 people here got one already. 3 people in less than an hour. Never have 2 things. Whole ask 1 thing. Never 2 things. Whole ask 1 thing. Seriously. If you're gonna on that funny. One way to generate a lead for you. Everybody knows about the KPA. If you have not taken the KPA or would like a copy of your KPA, let us know. We can send it to you. How many are you using AI? How many of y'all are using AI? Everybody's using AI. If you're not, come talk to me. What's your prompt? What are you doing with AI to generate leads? I'll give you a hint. If you upload your behavioral assessment into an AI tool, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and you ask it to profile your ideal client, it will do that for you. It will also tell you lead generation strategies that will be easiest based on your behavioral style. It will give you a social media content calendar based on the people you're trying to attract. It will tell you what activities. I mean, you can break it down as detailed as you want. Leverage that as a tool, a super simple one that you can use to help you do that. Whatever you do to generate leads, whether it's open houses, seminars, people like that, make sure it's something that is sustainable that you can do several times a year if you're doing big events. Make sure that the affordability is there, hence the OP, use other people's events. It's something you're going to enjoy doing and that you can do it multiple times a year. That's my first advice.
And if you're worried about events, because this is a concern for me when I was first getting started, and you're thinking about the money, partner up with other people.
That's right.
I've done it several times. We've got a few of us that are doing another event in the next month or so. Like, partner up with other people and cut the cost down and you market it as if it's your event and nobody notices or cares.
Has anybody done this? No? Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 What did it tell you?
Do what I'm doing, open houses because the personality.
Because you're so shy.
I know, right?
So shy.
Yeah. The first time buyer seminars was big too.
Perfect.
And that was kind of like the focus.
Yep.
And also just talk to people when I'm out.
Yeah.
To go with that.
Yep. Love it. All right. Tell me something you wrote down. We're gonna go 1 minute. Tell me something you wrote down, and then Stephanie's gonna come up. When everybody's getting hungry.
I wrote down the 10 by 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Precisely.
Yes.
What else?
Whole ass everything.
Whole ass everything. Take away today. Whole ass everything. We're gonna have to bleep that.
Whole ass one thing.
Yeah. We got a whole lot of things. I'm thinking about the recording going, oh gosh, it's gonna listen to that. What else?
Accountability.
Accountability. Yeah, consistency and accountability are the two things that I want you guys to write down, please, before you leave. Consistency and accountability. You have got to have those two things because we are humans. And when things are boring or mundane, or we are not in the mood to do it, or we get distracted because the weather looks great and I want to go sit outside by the pool, well, how are you going to pay for the pool if you're not working? Consistency and accountability. Find an accountability buddy. Use AI as your accountability buddy. Say, I need you to send me a reminder once a week to make sure I've done these 5 tasks. If you have a pro version, it will do that for you. Put it on your calendar on Friday afternoon. Hey, here's what I did this week. What are my gaps? When you upload your profile into all that, it will learn who you are and how to help coach you. Last thing I want to share that somebody did is they are, you know, probably may have heard this, it's an agent that was a family reunion a couple times. They host their sellers or their buyers when they move in a housewarming party. Y'all heard that before? They do a sign-in sheet for all the gazillions of people that they're inviting to the housewarming party. Where does that sign-in sheet go? In your database. Y'all, there are so many ways to get leads. There is no reason on earth that we should be asking about buying leads or not having leads at all. They are literally hanging off the tree. We just have to go be nice to the tree. Just go be nice. Just go talk to it nice. Use your phone. Use your face. Use your voice. whatever that lane looks like for you, I want you guys to be successful. You have no idea. When I see all this stuff come in every single month and all of our closings, there are so many people that are starving, and it scares the crap out of me. Like, I want you guys to be successful. There are people out there moving, buying and selling every day. I told y'all last week, there's like 7 signs on McEver or Beaufort Highway that are not ours, and it pisses me off that it's not our agents that have the real estate in our front and backyard. We have got to talk to more people. You have got to talk to more people. And it goes back to, do you like sales? Do you like real estate? Because I do not want you to be broke. Broke sucks. Amen? Amen. Stephanie, come on up.